Vice President Joe Biden pardoning Bill Clinton's past, saying he's, quote, paid the price for his misconduct through impeachment.
As you know, Donald Trump is bringing up everything Bill Clinton right now. Should that matter?
No, it shouldn't matter. Look, I can't make any excuses for Bill Clinton's conduct. And I wouldn't attempt to make any excuses for the conduct. But he paid a price for it. He paid a price. He was impeached.
But with the recent scrutiny that Donald Trump is facing, shouldn't Bill's past be fair game? Fox News roaming correspondent-at-large Geraldo Rivera is here.
Good morning. Thank you for the great Kenny Loggins serenade.
Yes,
roaming correspondent.
I love that. So, Geraldo, look,
I'm roaming right here on the cast.
I don't know what's true about this Trump stuff. I'm certainly not going to defend Trump. Like, why? Not my job. But I will say it's a little weird that everyone seems so shocked since he was a regular guest on the Howard Stern show. He's hardly hidden his attitudes for the last 30 years. And so for people to say, I can't believe it, really?
Well, you know, you mentioned just before we went on air that I wrote an autobiography back in 1990, so I could never be busted for my sins because I revealed them myself.
Maybe everyone should do that.
You certainly did.
But Donald Trump, in many ways, lived a very colorful, I mean, a private citizen, but a colorful playboy, rich playboy life, and was never shy about talking about it. So, you know, to bring it up now as what he did as a private citizen, I think there is, while substantively, obviously, it's, you know, Bill Clinton doing it and Donald Trump doing it. Bill Clinton was impeached only the second time in American history for lying about his sexcapades. You know, he was very profoundly punished. I mean, he was humiliated. He was, you know, his entire life was torn asunder. And, you know, he has paid a very big price. Now, has he paid enough? Is it the kind of thing that, like an ex-con, you have to forgive his past trespasses?
What if we just
Trump?
Right. What does it have to do with Trump, one? And two, why can't we just focus on the issues, the things that the voters care so much about? Because it's just astonishing to me. Well, it's just astonishing to me that here we are just a few weeks from this election, and there are people that are struggling, that are hurting. We're not even talking about Obamacare. We're not even talking about the economy. Right. This is the headline in every paper. And I think people are frustrated. I think they're sick of it.
Clayton asked first, what does this have to do with Trump? What it has to do with Trump is the one that introduced this issue to this campaign. Trump is the one who trotted out the bimbo eruption, the victims and the participants in Bill Clinton's past. Trump brought that, he made it an issue, and once he made it an issue, you could argue that he opened himself to the vulnerability that, going back to what I said to Tucker, as a private citizen, he should not have had to endure. So that's what it has to do with Trump. It has to do with Trump started it.
Right.
Now, ignoring the issues. First of all, let me just take the WikiLeaks. I challenge anyone watching right now to give me one succinct sentence that says what the WikiLeaks have so far revealed about Hillary Clinton. Good, you're such a smart guy.
John Harwood, who works for NBC and the New York Times, gave campaign advice to the Hillary campaign. It is another example of the deep corruption of the press, which ought to be a counterbalance against power, but is in fact colluding with power. That's a massive headline.
It's a massive headline about the press and the dishonesty about the press.
Okay,
how does it go to the substance of Hillary Clinton's qualifications to be president of the United States? It's not sexy.
Okay, when you have the Wall Street, okay, when we have the Wall Street speeches, for example, right, where that was leaked out, and Hillary Clinton was talking about open borders, she was talking about trade policy, she was talking about energy policy. That was completely opposite of the things that she's talked about on the campaign trail, things that she has promised the American people she would do if she were president. That, to me, is something that people should take seriously and that should be alarmed by because the policies are so opposite from each other.
Now, again, let me ask everyone watching today, is there anybody watching right now who is surprised, shocked that Hillary Clinton said one thing to a private collection of Wall Street bankers, then she says on the stump talking to the American people?
I'm for open borders. What would happen to America if we had open? It would disappear. That's insane.
What does open borders mean? I'm not here to defend Hillary Clinton. I am here to suggest that Donald Trump made sexual sexcapades a central issue. Now nobody can be shocked by the fact that people are talking about the sex stuff, easily graspable, relatable, and a simple issue.
Let me just ask you a meta.
graspable.
Let me just ask you sort of a meta question about this election. I mean, everyone seems to have the same reaction right now, which is like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I agree.
And are we like at a post-character renaissance in this country where this is not even relevant anymore?
Aside from regurgitating and repeating what I just said about who started it, you have a situation now, what if, Clayton? And remember, he's a 70-year-old man who's a private citizen with money to burn. What if every single day, from now, the 3 days we have left, there's a new woman? Just say, are you going to be talking about WikiLeaks? Are you going to be talking about Syria? You're going to be talking about open borders? What are you going to be talking about? You're going to be talking about Donald Trump reacts to every single one of them. Oh, she's a liar. Oh, you think I would ever be with her? Oh, my God. Oh, that one. Oh, she's so nasty. You know, that's what will dominate unless he stops. He has to stop it now. He started it. Now he has to stop it. I'm not going to respond to that. There's far more important issue. Go back to what Abby was saying about what about the poor people? Obamacare. What about the, immigration? What about trade? What about the refugee crisis? What about national security? What about cybersecurity? Right. You know, he's got to be the adult in the room, and so far I don't think there's anybody will contradict the fact that he has not been the adult in the room on this particular issue.
We'll see what happens
in many ways
debate.
Prolonging it and exacerbating.
I'm sure it'll help now that he threw away the teleprompter. So
that'll be sure to make sure that it's now just be prudent. And now I'm going to listen to your concert.
When your emails get leaked, I hope you'll come back.
My emails are all over.
We're always going to stick around because we've got Kenny Loggins coming up to play.
Thanks, Geraldo.
Listen to